Welcome to the City of New Carrollton City Council meeting on Wednesday, June the 10th, 2026. That's for me too? No?
No,
Okay, I'm fine, okay.
yeah.
And we're starting tonight, this is our legislative session. We have the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'll ask Lincoln to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'll be happy to, Mr. Chair. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, the next word's to play ball, right? The agenda is on page 2 of the stapled item. Two-sided, and the way it got stapled.
Sorry, the machine's there.
That's all right. That's fine. We can work with this. I want to read this just a second. Okay. We have some, in the beginning of the agenda, we have some notes from the closed session, which I read and it looked fine. Thank you. So we have residents' concerns to start, and the chairs are all empty, and you'll help me read online, correct?
Brianna, can you read online? Because my laptop. Is anybody's hand raised?
No, I don't see anyone's hand.
Okay. Oh, you don't have I have the laptop here. I don't know how to pull them in, but Brianna says there aren't any. Okay. Well, then we have items to be added to future council meetings from the council members. Brianna, what's on your list?
PGCMA, and for folks who don't know what that acronym stands for, it's the Prince George's County Municipal Association. All of the municipalities of the county come together as a collective, and I will admit that I have not been a very active participant in it. I know the mayor attends their monthly meetings, but I want to know whether or not this is a good use of our tax dollars. I'd like to invite them in to explain what it is that they offer the municipalities in exchange for us paying annual dues to them, because I have not been satisfied with the leadership of that organization for a while. And then I know that this is probably still in the pipeline, but animal control.
Okay, and I think both, Brianna, I have received your emails and phone calls, and both are still in the pipeline. So those I'm working on. So that's 2, that's PGCMA, and animal control, I think, is a concern that Cynthia has too. So those are 2 items. Lincoln, you have anything to add?
I only have one, Mr. Chair. Councilmember Urbina, maybe you and I could work on it together and talk about it. Commercial vehicles. We've been trying to battle for some time now, and I think we need to finally move forward and iron it out. Legislation that actually works, and hopefully work with the police department to enforce whatever legislation we actually draft.
I don't want to interrupt you, Mr. Lashley, but I actually just submitted 3 drafts of legislation yesterday to the city, to the police department, and to code. One of them was about commercial vehicles, and it largely adopts the county's policies and laws in terms of weight and size restriction. But it does modify, my version does modify some of the things that are on the books for us already. And so I was getting their feedback before I brought it to the chair and also to the city attorney for his review. So that is coming. My first draft is done. I did a draft on that. I did a draft on snow emergency parking, what the city's responsibility should be and what residents' responsibility should be under when we are under a snow emergency, to afford the city the opportunity to remove cars that are getting in the way of plowing. And then I drafted a noise ordinance as well, to adopt the county standards, but also to require that the city invest in a device that actually measures noise. And so that we could enforce those violations more strongly, because currently it is my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, that we don't actually have a device that measures the noise. So if someone were to contest a ticket, we would lose in court. And so it puts responsibility on the city as well as on residents, and creates a system of, so there's 3 pieces of legislation I submitted yesterday. And hopefully as they work through the process on the admin side, we can discuss them hopefully probably this fall.
Sounds good. Thank you, Councilmember, for the
Okay, and-
update. So I guess it's moving forward. I don't know if you want to scratch that off your list since it's already working, but
That's
Yeah.
already in process, yeah, Ms. Mills.
I would like to have an update, thank you. I would like to have an update on Prince George County on the status of the school when they estimated completion date. The routes that the buses will take it and how they're gonna run that.
Or the new Robert Cross location.
Yeah,
That's a big question.
I would like to see how the buses,
Huge question.
right,
Yeah.
and I think it's time we start asking, because you know what, we don't want all of a sudden seeing the streets backed up because buses are going down one narrow street.
All right. I'm not sure how we'll do that. We can contact Brianna, know somebody on the school board. That may be a good source. Or,
We're going to have a new school board member next year regardless. Jonathan Briggs is not running for re-election, so there are 3 candidates running for school board currently. And so no matter what happens, we'll have a new school board member to invite in and have them introduce themselves to us and hear their vision for our district.
and would the school board member be a good source to
No.
get information on what's happening with Robert Frost?
we'll
No?
be the person that came to present it to us.
Uh,
I have a contact that sends me information on the Blueprint School, so I can reach
Okay.
out to them.
Okay, so Maisha's gonna help with that one. Let's see. And Agnelli said she'd be a few minutes late, so hopefully she can join us. I would like, since Cynthia and Agnelli are new and Brianna and Lincoln and I were here for this, we in 2026 proposed a change in the form of government, and we went a certain distance. We didn't go the full distance, and comments have been made about that. I would like us to read again what the charter says, how it's been revised, and see if we need to make any changes to that. Any- You'll second that? Okay, Brianna, you have any thoughts on that?
I think that we spent like 18 meetings on it last session. So if folks, I am definitely open to more changes. I was trying to build consensus in the last changes, but I would really, really, really want to make sure that people actually read what we did last time before we have that discussion again, because there was a lot of assumptions, and Mr. Chair, you did not vote for most of those changes. So I only would support that so long as people are really cognizant of the work that was put into it last time, because it was literally something like 16 meetings.
Okay, we read it ahead of time and we see where we need to go from where we are. Okay? And that is all I have. Maisha.
Councilmember Eric Olson has reached out and he would like to come in to a council meeting also, so I wanted to add that to your
Okay.
list.
Oh, great.
Print out my email, Lord, no.
And I'm gonna, let's see, there's some easy items. I'm gonna back up to resident concerns because people showed up. Does anybody who came in want to address the mayor and council? I got here a little late, you got here a little late? No? Okay. And we'll keep moving. Yes, Pat, if you'd like to.
yeah.
Go ahead. No, 'cause
Maybe this is just a follow-up to what we were discussing about Robert Frost School, but you know that we live, Stephen and I live on Lamont Drive, where all the construction people going into Margaret Brent School have been going back and forth. And this week just started, day before yesterday, they milled the road and they're in the process of correcting all the problems going on. But could somebody, I heard through somebody else that there was going to be a new bus pattern for
that's what we-
the
that's why
Margaret Brent. Has that already been discussed?
No, that's why I was asking to have somebody come here to discuss it with us.
Yeah, because I heard that the school buses were going to be using the library. And I was wondering what input the city had on how they were going to have school buses going in 2 different directions and a traffic pattern. So anyway, my request is for this to be clarified and provide information provided to us.
Okay, thank you. And Maisha's contact, I think, will be a good one to handle that. Now, welcome, Agnelli. We haven't moved. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, we haven't moved beyond item 4. So if you'd like to jump in and get settled. Item 4 is items for future council agendas. If you have any thoughts on that, you're in time for that. Okay.
I have some recommendations to be considering the budget, like we did with that long list that we went back and forth and see if we agreed or not. And some follow-up questions to the administration regarding budget that I'm going to put in writing. So follow up to the budget.
Okay, is
Thank you.
that it? Okay, thank you. We can move on then to the continuing resolution for fiscal year 27. And that's in the packet here. Cynthia, you want to, can you find it?
Sorry, that's my family.
So, in the packet,
Sorry, it's on page 10 of 46.
a resolution.
Right, just read that first paragraph,
2616,
yeah.
A resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of New Carlton, Maryland, authorizing continuing expenditures for city services for fiscal year 2027 at a rate not to exceed such expenditures for the previous fiscal year until the fiscal year 2027 budget becomes effective.
Okay, and we're gonna vote on this tonight. To put it in simple terms for people listening, what this does is gives us a budget for 3 months instead of a full year, because we have some things in process that we're waiting on. One is taxation study, the information we hope to use before we come up with the final budget for the whole fiscal year. And yes, Maisha, and that pretty much covers what we're doing now.
And so I just want to bring some clarity because Mr. Lashley did ask me. There's no timetable on this. This just goes in effect until. So if it only takes us 1 month, then you can do that.
Right.
2 months, 3 months, and hopefully not anything past that. But
But it authorizes 3 months.
Yeah.
there's no time on this one.
Okay. Oh, it's just, okay,
It's just a continual resolution until you do the FY 27
okay.
budget.
Thank you for that clarification. I wasn't clear on that either. Good. Okay, any comments? Brianna?
No comments.
Okay, Agnelli? Okay, Lincoln?
No comments, I support it.
Okay, with the word, and Cynthia, we're okay? I have one comment, and I think Maisha clarified it for me, but we all know that we get a tax differential when we put things in the budget. And I was concerned about the timetable, and Maisha said as long as we, as a council, agree on the numbers in time to submit those numbers, we will still get the tax differential. Remember, there was a list last time in our last meeting on Monday, a list of 6 or 8 projects that were proposed for, if we put those in the budget, there's a good chance we'll get a tax differential. If we don't put them in and we just think about them, we won't get the tax differential. When is the deadline? Do you know?
I have not, it's usually sometime in October, November that we
Okay,
submit
so we're
that.
safe on that. So by October, November, the things we put in the budget will get the tax differential on. Okay, next item. Ordinance for budget amendment number 12, amending 2516. And that one we're ready to vote on. Okay, we don't need to have second reading on that, do we? No, we're good on that. Any comments on the budget amendment we went over? Nope. Okay. Proposed projects and RFP for fiscal year 2027. We saw that list, and I think there was consensus the whole way around that we liked everything on that list. So any other comments on that list? Is it in here again tonight?
Oh, it's right here.
Thank you for coming. I see you at the bowl. Yeah, the list is in here. It's on page 16 and 17. So if there's no comments, that's in the consent agenda as well. Okay? Item 8. Next steps for tool for New Carrollton Safety Action Plan. That requires some discussion because Maisha gave me some updates on that today. So Maisha, you want to fill us in on what's going on there?
So Tool is running out of budget because when they actually, we actually had to do the application for the money to actually do Safe Streets, the actual implementation plan. It was a heavier lift than what they had originally put into the budget. And so because of that, I think it was the extra $10,000 that was used between all the meetings and all of that with the different agencies to get the support letters and everything else planned. So what Tool has put together is four different options of what does the council want to continue moving forward with Tool. And they also have prices. Unfortunately, they thought they were gonna get this to me Monday. It didn't come until this morning. For additional projects. So,
Is it in our packet on a certain page?
page 5.
Page 5.
So we have $26,000 remaining in the original
There it is.
funds that were issued. The application for Safe Streets was 20,000 versus the 10,000 that was budgeted. And so now they have option 1, which includes up to 5 intersection concepts and renderings, and then there's the prices at the top. So this is a lot of information. I don't know if y'all are ready to.
No, we're not ready to vote on this tonight.
So here's the information for you all to look at. We can add it to July. And then that way too, based on whatever questions you all have, then we can maybe have them come in and speak to this in the first July meeting. I don't know what that thing is.
July 1st.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, July 1st.
Quick
Go ahead,
question.
Lincoln, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. Obviously, we weren't aware of this and it was just brought to us tonight. What does pushing this back to the July 1st meeting to discuss do to their timetable?
Well, we just found out about Friday.
Okay.
I mean, I told them I would get this to you as quick as possible. I can reach back out to them because I told them the next meeting is until July. I didn't think that you all would be able to digest this all in one day.
No.
So
Okay.
I'll reach out to them and say, hey, the council will have more conversation for us on July 1. Does that cause, because the application is done to now it's now giving us the final product. So I don't think that will cause us a headache. It's just that it pushes them out from giving it to us. So
I got you.
I think we'll be okay, but I'll check with them tomorrow.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate that. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Thank you.
Cynthia, you have any comments on tool
No,
design?
I'll start.
You need to read it.
Ask the question, yeah. I gotta start
Okay,
asking.
and Brianna?
Yeah, I definitely don't think I'm ready to talk about it now. I think moving it to July makes sense.
Okay, and Agnelli?
I would definitely want them to come and talk to us about this.
Okay.
Options. And what we asked during the presentation, I'm really interested in their short list of action items that could be included in the budget. Could we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? And when they come in July, bring us that short list of potential projects that could be implemented in the FY 27 budget.
Okay. I'll reach out to them tomorrow, James, and I'll shoot you all an email.
So, 5 to 7 items and their cost. So we can consider them.
Okay.
Thank you.
And my recollection from the presentation was that there was a long time span, some 5 years out for some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just talking about immediate things here. And I also remember asking him about the financing, and he said it was mostly done by grants.
So that's going to be the actually implementation piece of it.
Yes.
So this is just the final original design, the first part of that 250 that we have received a grant for to come up with the actual concepts. So this is that final part of it.
Okay, and we will address that on July 1. Please add that to the agenda. And I'm not ready to move on to item 9 yet because Maisha, I had a flurry of emails from you this afternoon with different things. Do we want to add the $1,800 expense thing to the discussion tonight?
Oh, so
Is that in
that is
here?
updated so to your, not in your packet, you'll see an updated budget amendment that's sitting to the side.
Correct.
And so I just updated that number in there, and if council was willing to address the updated budget amendment instead of the one that's in their packet.
Okay, and I got the email, just the rest of the council didn't, but there was a bill that came in and it was above budget. So Maisha added it, and I think it was $1,800, something like that. So that's been added to this budget amendment. So we're not trying to sneak anything by here. When I heard about it and the bill had come in, I mean, I'm okay with it. Any comments or questions about why this was 1,800?
So the bill itself, we had a couple bills that came in, I think it was like $800 or something that it would add to the budget amendment. But then it's for our post-employment screenings. So if by chance, if anyone gets in an accident or anything like that, they have to immediately go for drug and alcohol testing. And so I said, okay, let's put a cushion in there in case we have a couple accidents. So then that way I'm not coming back to council again for another budget amendment for post-employment screenings.
Okay. Are there any questions on that? Okay, we're gonna get out of here before the sun goes down, Cynthia. Let me see what's going on here.
Residents.
We got resident concerns. We have someone in the audience. You want to address us? No? I don't-
I wanted to see how everything went with the, what was due June 8th?
Oh, BRC.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, I have some, I'm not gonna go to the podium. This is council member resident concerns. I'll keep it to 3 minutes, but Maisha and I addressed a couple things today. But there are 3 things that I've been getting a lot of feedback on in the BRC thing. Not getting into specifics, maybe more than you want to see, but one thing that came up was the idea that we had a meeting with them, and I asked in the meeting, the status meeting, is all of this public? And they said, yes, share any of it. So one of the things I asked was, are you going to give us any analysis of benefits, a comparison of employee benefits? And their answer was, no, that's not part of the package. Well, I looked at the contract. It is part of the contract. So Maisha went to them today and said, we do. And what we'd expect is for them, they chose 4 cities. You'd expect them to say, what's your overhead load for benefits here for these 4 cities, and compare it to ours, see what kind of benefits packages there are. That was the expectation in the contract, and they said they weren't going to do it, but I think we'll get them to do it. The second thing that I get feedback from residents on is the timeline. Because if you remember when we entered the contract, people were following us. They said they'd have all these numbers to you in time to do the budget, which would be by the end of June 30th, and they're not even close on numbers. So that's something that Quentin and Maisha can address with them. I don't want to challenge them for not complying with the contract, but the benefits thing they need to comply with. The timeline has slipped, but we have a continuing resolution, so we have a little bit of time to work with that. And the third thing was that we asked for a piece that was a forensic audit, and that was to go back 5 years, and they did 3 years. So we want 5 years. That was very specific in the contract. That's been
that was in the email I sent them.
that's
today
been
as well.
communicated to them today. Those 3 things. So maybe they address some of your questions. But, yeah, we're waiting on that. And anybody have any comments on BRC before?
You addressed them all.
Okay, those are the 3 big items right there.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Cynthia Pulse Sweet is in the virtual with her hand up for a public
Oh,
comment.
well, I'm sorry, Cynthia. I have the computer and I don't know how to raise the.
Yeah, I see it. on
Well,
the
I
screen.
could see her, so I told her I'd make sure you acknowledged her.
Okay, but how do we get her to?
Oh, she said to take herself off mute.
Yeah,
I'm
off
mute.
Okay.
There you go, Cynthia.
Okay. All right,
Welcome.
I just,
Thanks for joining us.
thank you. I heard Councilmember Urbina talk about the draft for the commercial vehicles. And I just wanted to again, state that I hope that some consideration is going to be made for those non-commercial vehicles, those construction trucks, the flatbed trucks, and all of those that are parked on the street, because as I mentioned, and as you've seen, Council Chair, there's quite a few down Long Branch.
And I'll briefly respond to that. And Brianna may have a comment, but she's rewriting the code and she's taking into consideration, I think she already provided the drafts, how we define a commercial vehicle. Is that correct, Brianna?
Yes, I've just provided the draft to code in the police right now because they are the ones who know the criminal citations of the county. And so I've largely adopted the county's definitions. And I want that to continue to go through that review. So I can tell you very briefly the types of things that are count. So I'll just read this one little paragraph. So any truck, tractor, box truck, stake body truck, flatbed truck, dump truck, tow truck, construction vehicle, commercial bus, or similar used vehicle for commercial purposes that has a manufacturer gross weight of a GVWR of 10,000 pounds, is capable of registration as a Class F tractor under Maryland law, occupies more than one parking space when parked, or occupies more than 22 feet of curb frontage when parked. That's the types of vehicles that this the proposed legislation would affect. And then there's also a section on trailers and what a definition of a trailer is. And what is excluded, which is not considered commercial vehicles, would be passenger automobiles, sport utility vehicles, minivans, passengers vans designed to transport 15 passengers or fewer, like a Sprinter van, pickup trucks having a GVWR of 10,000 pounds or less that are not attached to a trailer, recreational vehicles, campers, motorhomes that are otherwise lawfully parked, which currently in our city you can park those types of things in your driveway, government-owned emergency, public safety, public works, or utility vehicles. So that could include vehicles that are left on the street by like utility companies when they're doing work in the area, and school buses operated by a government entity. So those things would be excluded from this this proposition, and the other list the things that would be included. But I only started drafting this stuff like 3 days ago, and I got it to the city yesterday. So I'm hoping with the chair's permission, we can probably get this on an agenda in maybe August, because I think it's going to have to go through a lot of scrutiny, and I think it's going to be a hot topic. So I think people should get a lot of published notice before we make any changes to the law on this issue.
And for the benefit of all,
Thank
what,
you.
what was the source there, Brianna? Did you get that from one source, or is that a collection of sources?
The county code.
The county code. Okay, so that's the county code, and we'll see it in writing in August.
Yes, yeah, and the council will see it before then, so you can be marked up before we have a discussion.
And our code, whoever's left in code is reviewing it now, right?
Code and
Yes.
rules are on it, yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes, and they've already made changes and helped me with suggestions already.
All right, let me ask the council, is there anything else? And Cynthia Pulsweet, thank you for joining us. Is there anything else from the council, or are we going to move into legislative session?
I'm moving to adjourn and move into legislative.
Okay, there's a motion to go into,
I will second.
there's a second, all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
That's 5, and got the time there, 7:31.
7:35, well, at least that says, oh. Lord.
7:31.
Oh, this one says 7:35. I was, okay. all
We
right.
gotta start using that one up there. All right, now let's go to, I call the legislative session to order. There is no non-consent agenda. So let me choose a lucky soul to read this motion. There's 6 items. Does somebody want to read them all? Lincoln, you want to read all 6? We're gonna vote on all of them at once. They're brief.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
on
okay.
page 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
They start at the bottom of 2.
I'll do it if you don't want to do it.
Fine. I'll get my exercise, give my tongue some work. The consent agenda items are presented for approval through a single motion. I move that the city council of the city of New Carrollton approve the consent items listed here in 1 through 6. Item number 1, approve FY 2027 council meeting calendar. Item number 2, approve resolution 26-16, continuing resolution for FY 27 budget. Item number 3, approve ordinance 26-21, budget amendment number 12, amending ordinance 26-16 FY 2026 budget. Item number 4, approve proposed projects and RFP for FY 2027. Item number 5, approve April meeting minutes, April 1 council workshop meeting, April 8th special workshop meeting, closed session, April 13th council workshop meeting, April 15th council workshop and legislative meeting, April 22nd special meeting. Last but not least, item number 6, approve May meeting minutes, May 2nd budget FY 2027 council workshop meeting, May 6th council workshop meeting and legislative meeting, May 11th council special meeting with closed meeting and legislative meeting, May 18th council workshop meeting, And May 20th, council workshop and legislative meeting.
As a second, a motion, a second, any discussion? I have discussion on item number 1, just to remind everyone that that says that what we're doing there is making 2 meetings in July and 2 meetings in August and 2 meetings in December. That's what that's all about, okay? Unless we need the meetings. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor of the consent agenda signify by saying aye. Aye, so that's 5, there are no nays. Anything else, Maisha?
Yes, Ms. Agnelli reminded me, there was another email I sent you today, Mr. Rosenberg,
Yeah, I read,
about this zoning and appeals board.
yeah,
The variance committee had met, and sent us a resolution this afternoon that they were hoping that you all would review and approve.
I should have added it to the agenda. I apologize.
Yes, I meant to ask you to
So-
amend the agenda.
We didn't motion to adjourn yet.
No, we did not. That's why I tried to jump in there
Okay,
before
so-
Ms.
So I'm
Mills got
adding
too
this to the
excited.
agenda. Did everyone get, it's on your desk tonight. Let's, Maisha, what is it for? I mean, summary.
Maisha, can you send it to me? I don't believe I have it.
I sent it to.
It's possible you did. You said a
I
lot of.
sent it to Mr. Mr. Rosenberg, hold on. So I gotta.
Okay. It's 8210 Carrollton Parkway.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have it.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't have it.
Okay.
Cause I had asked Mr. Rosenberg, could we? amend
Yeah, we
the
needed to
agenda?
add it, and I confess I didn't get to read through the whole thing either. Okay, I will read the project description while she sends that to you. It's submitted on behalf of the applicant, Edward Bonilla, here and after applicant, the owner of the property which is subject to the variance application. The subject property is located 8210 Carrollton Parkway. Property is known as Lot 10, block by, in order in northeast, west, okay, I'm skimming this now. The building on the subject property is a single-family residence, 1 story with a basement. The site is improved with an existing concrete driveway and front yard, existing 10 feet wide, and okay, and then the project. Under section 27 Prince George County zoning ordinance, the applicant is seeking a variance from the lot coverage requirement for the subject property. It's the lot coverage shall not exceed 35%. Brianna, you're real familiar with this, I think. 35% can't be covered with concrete. The lot coverage as it currently exists, concrete driveways and accessory is 42%, exceeding the requirement by 7%, and they want a variance to that. Okay, so that's what it is. Too much concrete on a property. You know,
Yes,
they
by
want us,
7.
do you want us to vote on it tonight? Because
Yes, please.
okay, let the council go first. I have, yeah, there's pictures there.
Yeah.
And, it has to do with,
So,
former Governor O'Malley and the rain tax, if you remember. So much water needs to get into the permeable surfaces, so you can't cover more than a certain percent of your property. And this person wants more concrete than is allowed under the,
so it's only 7.7%, and what the variance committee has, told them is apply for a City of New Carrollton building permit for the slab that caused the concern of the lot coverage. Pay a fine of $500 for failing to obtain a permit for the slab that caused the concern about the coverage. Reapply for the building permits for the 9x10 addition to the house since the county permit expired on June 2025 and the city permit expired on September 2025. And apply for a City of New Carrollton business license if the petitioner is operating a lawn care service out of their home. So those were all the things that the variance committee have now said, in order for this to move forward, he will have to do to comply.
I think the committee did a good job, but I'll go last. Jess Agnelli.
The pictures show the slab already done. So this is all after the fact?
Right, so that's why that they're telling him that he has to apply for all the building permits and pay for it. Yes. Mhm.
Why
pay
it
the
took
fine.
so long to be brought to our attention?
So it's in the backyard. And so he had applied to do something with the county. And when the county came out, that's when all of this other stuff came up.
It was in the backyard and our code people wouldn't likely see it. So now that it's come to our attention, we're saying you should have done some things, so pay the penalty and go to the variance committee. The variance committee, as I understand, is recommending approving the variance by 7%, okay?
As
It's
long
nice-
as all of these are taken care of.
It's nice that we have a variance committee. And we have a list of the adjoining property owners. No complaints from the adjoining property owners? Okay. I'll go around. You guys want to approve this? Brianna?
Yeah, I'll approve it.
You'll approve it? Okay, Agnelli?
I'll trust the people who did their homework and now I understand what happened.
Right.
So, yes, I'll approve it.
Okay, Lincoln?
Mr. Chair, this is a done deal. I mean, it's already there. I'll approve it.
We could make a demo. We could make
You
a
know,
demolish it.
it's coming to us after the fact. It's there already. I'll approve it.
Okay. And Cynthia? Okay, then we're gonna get a vote on this.
Thank you.
Could I get a motion to approve the variance committee's recommendation?
I move that we adopt the resolution number 26 to approve this variance permit for the occupants of 8210 Carrollton Parkway.
Okay, there's a motion and a second, and all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. There are no opposed, so that went through Maisha. Thank you. Now we'll go to Ms. Mills.
I move that we adjourn this legislative meeting and go back to the regular meeting.
No, go home.
We're done.
Go home and watch back.
We go home and watch the Knicks win.
Can I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor, and no discussion, right? All in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There are none opposed. Thank you. We are adjourned. Was this closed session?
That
Thank
was.
you guys and see you at MML.
I don't